Welcome to the deep dive, everyone.
Glad to be here.
You know, on this show, we love taking those awesome sources you send us, and we just like squeeze every little bit of insight out of them. It's like having a chat with an expert, you know?
Exactly.
Just diving deep into a topic we're both fascinated by.
I love that.
And today, we're taking a deep dive into Naval Ravikant's The Almanack of Naval Ravikant.
Oh, excellent choice.
I'm really excited about this one.
Me too.
We're going to be focusing on some insightful excerpts that you sent over, actually.
Awesome.
And, you know, Naval's ideas about wealth and happiness.
Oh, they're
They really get you thinking, don't they?
They really do. They make you question everything.
Yeah, and that's what we're here for today.
Absolutely.
So let's see what we can uncover together.
Sounds good.
One of the first things that struck me when I was reading through this was Naval's definition of wealth.
Yes.
It's not just about money, is it?
No, not at all.
He talks about it as assets that earn while you sleep.
Right, right.
I mean, what do you make of that?
You know, it really changes how you think about it, doesn't it?
It does.
It's not about, constantly working for money.
Yeah.
It's about building something that kind of makes money on its own.
Yeah.
Even when you're not there, actively working.
Yeah.
It's like passive income, right?
Yeah.
And Naval really encourages us to think about ownership, long-term creation.
Yeah.
And not just getting that paycheck every week.
Yeah, it's almost like a mental shift.
Yes.
From, being a worker bee to being an architect.
Absolutely.
Building a system that works for you.
I love that analogy.
Yeah. And he does something similar with happiness, actually.
Okay, yeah.
He sees it as a choice, a skill that you can develop.
You can cultivate it.
Not just something you find just lying around,
Have to put work at it.
Yeah. And what I found really powerful about that is that Naval is actually really open about his own, past struggles with happiness.
Yes, very much so.
He talked about rating himself pretty low on the happiness scale earlier in life.
Exactly. And it makes you realize, right?
It does.
Even these incredibly successful people still wrestle with these big questions of happiness.
It's a good reminder that, none of this stuff is easy.
No, it's not.
Nobody's got it all figured out.
Right.
But it makes his insights, I think, more relatable.
Yes, definitely.
Because he's speaking from experience, not just theory.
Exactly. He's been there.
And that's, I think what makes this so valuable for us. And that's why I think it's really interesting to connect these ideas back to your own life,
For sure.
What does wealth and happiness mean to you?
Right. Like, what does it actually mean?
Yeah.
In your day-to-day?
Yeah. Are you, are you on the path to building those assets that can earn while you sleep?
Yeah.
Or are you kind of caught in that daily grind?
Yeah. Are you stuck in the rat race?
Yeah. And what about happiness?
Well, okay.
Are you seeking it externally?
Yeah. Are you looking for things to make you happy?
Is there more you could be doing to cultivate that inner state that Naval talks about?
It's a good question to ask yourself.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And, luckily, Naval provides some pretty compelling answers.
He does. He has a lot of wisdom to share.
Yeah. But before we get into those, I'm curious.
Yeah.
When you first read these excerpts, what really jumped out at you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Was there a particular point that resonated with you?
For me, it was his focus on specific knowledge.
Oh, interesting.
This idea that real wealth, even happiness, often comes from developing the unique skills that you have. It's not about being good at everything.
Yeah.
It's about mastering that one thing that sets you apart.
I like that. That's a fantastic point.
Okay.
And it actually perfectly segues into the next part.
Great.
Of our deep dive.
Okay.
Where we're going to explore that concept.
Awesome.
So specific knowledge.
I'm ready.
In detail.
Let's do it.
We'll unpack what it really means.
Yeah.
How to identify your own strengths and even how to leverage them in today's world.
Very cool. Can't wait.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
See you soon. Welcome back.
All right, so let's dive into this idea of specific knowledge.
Yeah, specific knowledge.
It's really fascinating, right?
It is. It's like...
It's not just about working hard.
Right.
Or even being smart.
No, it's more than that.
It's really about honing in on that unique skill set that you have.
That you possess.
Yeah, and that you can't just learn from a textbook.
Exactly, something that's unique to you.
Naval actually argues that if society can train you for it, they can train someone else to replace you.
Right. And you don't want that.
You don't want to be replaceable.
No, you want to be irreplaceable.
Exactly.
You want to be the one and only.
Yeah, so it's about finding that sweet spot.
Okay.
Where your natural talents and your passions intersect.
Yes, where they meet.
With something that the world actually values.
Right, because it's got to be valuable to other people, too.
Yeah. He uses those examples of Steve Jobs and smartphones.
Right.
Or Bill Watterson.
Oh, yeah, with Dilbert.
Yeah.
The comic strip.
And, you know, they each kind of...
They found their niche.
Identified a need in the world, and then combined it with their own unique ability.
Their own special sauce.
Yeah.
To create something amazing.
To create something remarkable. And what I find so fascinating is that he doesn't limit specific knowledge to just like creative fields.
No.
He talks about it in business, investing, even personal development.
Absolutely. It applies everywhere.
It's really about finding that edge.
Yes.
That you have.
That unique perspective.
That other people maybe.
That nobody else have.
Don't see.
Exactly.
And this is where I think
the
internet becomes such a powerful tool.
Oh, for sure.
Naval sees it as this incredible lever.
Yes.
That allows anyone with specific knowledge to reach a global audience.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's crazy. Like, it's never been easier to share your unique skills and insights.
With the entire world.
With the world.
It's incredible.
Yeah. It's like the internet has democratized consumption.
Yes.
But it's also concentrated production.
Right.
Meaning the best can reach everyone.
The cream rises to the top.
Yeah. So think about it this way. You could be the most talented woodworker in a small town.
Yeah.
But before the internet, your reach was limited.
Right. You were stuck.
You were stuck.
In that small town.
Yeah. But now you can build a thriving business.
Exactly.
Online.
Sharing your craft.
Sharing your craft.
With the whole world.
Yeah. With people all over the world.
It's amazing.
And that brings us back to you.
Okay, me.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your specific knowledge?
Ooh, good question.
What were you naturally drawn to as a kid? Let me think.
Maybe you were a master storyteller?
Okay.
Or you had a knack for fixing things.
Yeah.
Or you could explain complex topics in a way that everyone understood.
Right.
And those might seem like ordinary skills.
Yeah, they do.
But maybe there's a way to leverage them.
Right, to use them.
That you haven't considered yet.
In a new way.
Yeah, it's about looking at your passions.
Yeah.
And your talents with fresh eyes, with a new perspective.
And asking yourself, how can I amplify this?
Right.
How can I share this with the world?
How can I make it bigger?
And that's where I think the real magic happens.
I agree. That's where the excitement is.
Yeah, so this idea of leverage is so crucial.
Leverage is key.
It's not enough to just possess specific knowledge.
You got to do something with it.
You got to do something with it. You have to find ways to amplify it.
To make it grow.
To reach a wider audience. To create a greater impact.
Exactly. To make a difference.
And this ties beautifully into another concept that Naval emphasizes.
So, what's that?
Playing long-term game.
Oh, yeah. Long-term game.
And understanding the power of compound interest.
Compound interest. That's a big one.
And it's not just about compound interest with money.
No, it's not just about money.
Although that's definitely a part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it.
He talks about how this principle applies to relationships.
Oh, interesting.
Knowledge.
Okay.
Even personal growth.
So it's like a universal principle.
It is.
It applies to everything.
Yeah. You know, one story that really stuck with me.
Okay, what's that?
Was Naval's anecdote about Elad Gil.
Oh, Eli Gil.
The angel investor.
Yeah, I know him.
And he went above and beyond to help him out.
Really?
Yeah, and it wasn't a transactional exchange.
So it was just out of the goodness of his heart.
It was a genuine act of generosity.
That's amazing.
And you know what? It made Naval want to return the favor tenfold.
Oh, wow.
And it just perfectly illustrates how these acts of kindness, these investments in relationships, can compound over time.
Right, like compound interest.
Creating this network of
network of trust.
And reciprocity.
That's powerful.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a great example.
It is a great example.
Of how playing the long game in relationships can yield incredible returns.
Absolutely.
It reminds me of something that Naval's co-founder said. He said, long-term games make everyone rich.
Okay.
while short-term games are just focused on the self.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a powerful statement.
It is.
Because it challenges us
Yeah.
to think beyond immediate gratification.
Right, to think long-term.
And to consider the ripple effects of our actions over time.
How they affect other people.
Yeah, so are we playing any long-term games?
Good question.
In our own lives?
What are we doing that's going to
Yeah.
pay off in the future?
Maybe it's that passion project that we keep putting off.
Yeah, we all have those.
Or investing in our health and well-being.
Mm-hmm.
Or nurturing those relationships
Yeah.
that really matter.
Those are important.
These are the investments
Right.
that might not pay off immediately,
Yeah, they take time.
but have the potential
They're worth it.
to compound and create immense value
Long-term.
over the long term.
Yeah.
So it's about shifting our mindset
Okay.
from chasing quick wins
Right, instant gratification.
to building something sustainable
Sustainable.
and meaningful.
And meaningful, yeah.
Then this leads us
Okay.
to another crucial aspect
Right.
of Naval's philosophy,
What's it?
one that's closely tied
Okay.
to making sound decisions
All right.
in those long-term games.
Yeah. There was
The
that
importance of judgment.
judgment
Okay.
and mental models.
Mental models. Interesting. So we've talked about wealth. We've talked about long-term thinking and making good decisions.
Yeah, it's amazing how all these ideas
It all ties together.
kind of converge, don't they?
It does, yeah.
Like, you can have all the knowledge in the world.
Right.
You can have all the
You
leverage.
can have all the money.
But if you're not happy,
Yeah.
what's the point? Right.
It's all for nothing. Yeah, so how do we actually get there?
Right. That's the big question.
How do we cultivate that lasting sense of peace
Mm-hmm.
and fulfillment that Naval talks about?
Well, he actually offers some pretty practical advice.
Okay.
And it might not be what you expect.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. He talks about building good habits,
Okay.
finding peace through acceptance,
Uh-huh.
and choosing freedom
Okay.
over clinging to those external things.
Yeah, and I was really struck by
Yeah.
how much he emphasizes the
Mhm.
power of our daily choices.
Yeah, the little things.
Even the small ones, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, remember that 5 chimps theory?
Oh, yeah, the 5 chimps.
The idea that
Yeah.
we're so heavily influenced by
Right.
the 5 people we spend the most time with.
The people closest to you.
Yeah, it's such a powerful reminder
It is.
that our social circle
Yeah,
has such a profound impact
right.
on our well-being.
It affects everything.
You become like the company you keep,
You
right?
do. You really do.
So choosing those influences wisely
It's so important.
is really, really important.
Yeah, you got to be careful who you surround yourself with.
It's like that saying, you are the average
Yes.
of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
I've loved that quote.
Yeah, and it's not just about
Right.
who we surround ourselves with.
It's about the choices we make.
It's about the habits we cultivate.
Yes.
You know, Naval's trainer
Oh, yeah.
has this great quote,
What's that?
easy choices,
Okay.
hard life, hard choices,
Okay.
easy life.
Ooh, like that.
Eh?
Yeah, it's simple but powerful.
And it's all about, I think,
Yeah.
embracing that discipline
Mhm.
and delayed gratification.
Delayed gratification, that's tough.
It is, but it's important.
But it's so important
Yeah.
because it's understanding that those short-term sacrifices often lead to long-term rewards. Exactly. You got to play the long game.
And it doesn't mean you have to live a life
Right.
of deprivation, you know?
No, not at all.
It's about making conscious choices
Yes, being intentional.
that align with your values and
Yeah.
your goals.
Right. Knowing what you want.
Like, think about
No.
Naval's experience
Yeah.
with cold showers.
Oh, the cold showers, yeah.
And, you know, he's talked about how taking cold showers
Yeah.
isn't just about the physical benefit.
Right, there's more to it.
It's a mental exercise.
Yes, it's mental toughness.
I mean, overcoming discomfort
Right, pushing your boundaries.
and building resilience.
Exactly, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it's about proving to yourself
Yeah.
that you can push past
Uh-huh.
those initial feelings of resistance.
Right, that initial shock.
And that on the other side
Yeah.
of that discomfort
What happens?
lies growth
Growth.
and a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, you feel amazing afterward.
Yeah, it's a powerful metaphor for life, I think.
It is, it really is.
We all face challenges and
Mm.
uncomfortable situations.
Life is full of them.
And learning to embrace them
Right, not avoid them.
rather than avoid them
Yeah, that's the key.
can be incredibly empowering.
Absolutely, it's how you grow.
So much of Naval's philosophy boils down to this idea
Okay.
of taking ownership
Ownership, yeah.
of our lives,
Taking control.
both internally and external.
Right, it's all about choice.
Yeah, we can choose our habits. our social circles,
our
reactions to challenges.
Exactly.
And that sense of ownership, that feeling of agency.
It's powerful.
Can be incredibly liberating.
It is. It sets you free.
It allows us to break free from external validation.
Right, not needing approval from others.
And this constant chase for things that we think will make us happy.
Right, but they won't.
It's about realizing that true happiness
comes
from within.
It does.
From making choices that align with our values.
With your values.
And from accepting ourselves and the world.
Accepting reality.
As it is.
As it is. Yeah.
And that brings us to one of, I think, the most profound insights.
All right, let's hear it.
From Naval.
Okay.
This idea that there are no adults.
No adults.
Everyone's just making it up.
What do you mean?
As they go along.
Oh, wow.
And it's such a liberating thought, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
It takes the pressure off.
Yeah, no more pressure.
Of having all the answers.
Yeah, we're all just figuring it out.
And it allows us to embrace that journey.
The journey of life?
Of learning and growth.
Yeah, we're always learning.
It encourages us to question assumptions.
To question everything.
To experiment, to find our own path.
Yeah,
instead of blindly following.
Right, not just doing what everyone else does.
Someone else's roles.
Yeah, forge your own path.
And that's what I love about Naval's work.
Me too.
It's not about giving you a step-by-step formula.
Right, there's no magic formula.
For wealth and happiness.
Yeah, it's more about principles.
It's about empowering you.
Yes.
To define those things.
Define your own terms.
For yourself.
Yeah.
And then giving you the tools.
The tools and the mindset.
To achieve them.
Exactly.
It's been an incredible journey.
It has.
Exploring these ideas with you.
I've enjoyed it.
What stood out to you most?
That's a good question.
In our deep dive today.
You know, for me, it's that overarching message of personal responsibility and intentional living.
Yeah.
We have more control over our lives
than we realize.
Than we often realize,
And choosing to exercise that control.
Yes. Making conscious choices.
To make conscious decisions. To cultivate good habits. And to seek inner peace.
Inner peace, that's important.
Is ultimately what leads to a fulfilling life.
It really is.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
And for me, it's that reminder that the pursuit of wealth and happiness isn't a linear path.
No, it's messy.
It's a lifelong journey.
Yeah, it's a journey.
Filled with twists and turns.
Ups and downs. Yeah. And that's okay.
It's all part of the process.
The key is to embrace the process.
Yes. Enjoy the run.
Learn from our experiences. And keep striving to become the best versions.
The best versions of ourselves.
I love
that.
Thanks for diving deep with us.
Thanks for having me.
We hope this exploration has sparked some new insights.
New ideas.
And inspired you to keep questioning.
To keep learning.
To keep growing.
To keep growing.
And to keep creating your own unique path.
Your own path.
To wealth and happiness.
To wealth and happiness. That's it.
Until next time.
See you then.
恭喜你又听完了一本书，订阅以便不错过更多精彩节目，也别忘了分享给你的朋友，一起快乐听书学英语。